Hey furry friends, and welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you guys have been requesting a feeding routine for my pets, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to show you feeding all my pets, and I have 26 right now, so yeah, let's get started. Alright, so firstly I'm going to be preparing the guinea pig's meal. So I'm going to, here's their bowl. First I'm just going to start by adding some hay into the bowl. So here we have this Timothy hay, which is good for them to eat. So I'm just going to add some of this in here. Break it into pieces if it's too long and does not fit in the bowl. And try to get a decent amount because I want them to have quite a lot in there for them. And we did try having a wheel hay feeder, and it didn't work. They would actually try and spin it, and then it would fly everywhere. So we find it works better to put it in this slanted dish where they can't knock it over. So this works a lot better. If anybody's like, why don't you just use like a hay rack or a hay wheel? It does not work for our guinea pigs. They're like the messiest pigs ever. So we have it in this slanted, non-tippable dish. Okay, now we're going to cut up their fruits and veggies. It varies what they get. It just happens today that they're getting carrots and tomatoes. So let's start cutting up those. Okay, so I've already skinned this carrot, and I'm just going to start chopping it up. There one goes, flying off the plate. So I can only get these pieces so small. I'm trying my best. This is a really dull knife, and I'm trying not to cut my finger off. Okay, then all I have to do is add the carrots to the dish, and then I'll move on to the tomatoes. Okay, so here we have the carrots, and now I'll get started on the tomatoes. Okay, so now I'm going to cut their tomatoes. I did just wash them off, and make sure that you do that before cutting or feeding them to your guinea pigs. So I don't know if you can hear them or not. They're squealing right now, or they were. They're not anymore. But they are very hungry, so I'm trying to get this made really quick. And there we go. There's their hay and their vegetables. And now also it's time to prepare the second step of their meal. Because guinea pigs need vitamin C from pellets, but they are not supposed to have too much. So we feed the pellets in a smaller dish. But they also need the vitamin C from the vegetables, and the hay is good for them, and it's part of their diet, so they have hay, vegetables, and a separate bowl for their pellets, because you really want most of their vitamin C to come from vegetables, because the vitamin C that's in pellets usually wears off, and it's not as healthy as vegetables, so we're putting it in a smaller bowl and in a separate bowl. I'm going to put probably 2 cupfuls about this big, or half of one, because honestly that's probably good. Put this up, and I'll show you their meal now and feed it to them. Pellets, veggies, and hay. Okay, so here's the piggies. I did just change their water last night, so if anybody does need fresh water, I will go ahead and give that to them during the feeding routine, but theirs is freshly filled. And they are anxiously awaiting their meal. Here's your veggies and hay, and here's your pellets. And they are brothers. They get along perfectly fine. They love sharing, and they're just best friends. So we've never had issues with them sharing the same food bowl. They like it that way. And Malachi, come on, you're missing out on dinner. There you go, bud. Clean my knife off, and I'm ready to prepare the next animal's food. So now it's time to prepare the dog's meal. So I'm going to make enough for 4 dogs since I have 4. So we feed them this grain-free, real food inspired by nature fresh pet diet. It's chicken and beef recipe with chicken, beef, liver, chicken and egg, and 0% grains and potatoes. So it's really good. So I cut off my head in the camera. So here it is. It looks like this. It doesn't look the best, but it's definitely good for them, and they love it. So I'm going to chop some up for them and feed it to the doggies. Okay, I just finished chopping it up, and now I'm going to put it in their food dish and then lay it down so they can start eating it. sure all of it gets in there. Alright, there we go. I made sure to hopefully chop some of them smaller because my oldest dog has a little bit of a hard time eating chunks that are a little bit too big, so I think this is good for him. I'm going to mash it a little more. Okay, there we go. Here it is. It doesn't look the best, but like I said, they enjoy it, and it's good for them, so. Puppies, come on, Choco. Gia! Come on! Cash, where you at? Come on, babies! So none of the other dogs seem to be hungry at the moment, but it is there whenever they do get hungry. But Gia's currently eating right now. Now it's time to feed Gizmo. He looks pretty hungry. You hungry? Come here, I'll get you some more food. My chinchilla's diet is pretty similar to the guinea pigs, just by starting off with a nice layer of hay at the bottom of the bowl. Same reason why we don't use hay feeders, because it's just kind of messy and it doesn't work out for us. So all of our pets get their hay in a bowl along with their food because it is part of their diet. Now he gets some pellets, and their diet is pretty bland. It's just hay and pellets. You can give them some vegetables once in a while, but really it's not too good because they have sensitive stomachs and they don't really need vegetables like guinea pigs do. It's more of a treat once in a while. So this is just Gizmo's meal. Oh, also I forgot to include, I did just fill up freshly the dog's water bowl. I'm only giving water to my pets that don't have any. Most of it has already been filled up yesterday and still has fresh in it. So yeah, let's go feed Gizmo now. Hi buddy, you hungry? Yeah, I know you're hungry. The lighting over here is pretty bad. Sorry. Okay, come get your food, bud. Yeah, I love you, Gizzy. Gizmo, your food. His water bottle is over here. Like I said, it doesn't need to be changed. We normally do that like every morning or night, which it's already been filled. And yes, my chinchilla does have a plastic wheel. Normally that's not okay. It was the only wheel that we could find, and he was getting kind of chubs and he needed exercise. I didn't know what else to do. There was none online even. We checked everywhere, and it's really okay as long as they don't chew on it. And he's never had interest in chewing on it because I always keep him like stacked up on chews. Like he probably has like 10 or more chews in his cage right now. Like I just spoiled him the other day with chews, so he doesn't really have the desire to chew on the plastic because I spoil him with wood chews. Yeah, sorry for like all the disclaimers and like pauses and talking in between the video. This video is already 7 minutes long and I've only fed like 4 of my pets. I need to get going. Okay, and now it's time to feed the gerbils. Same thing with their plastic wheel. Gerbils do chew plastic, mostly like the thin plastic igloos. This is a very hard plastic, which is why I think they can't chew it. And plus they already have chews to chew on, so yeah. Anyways, let me feed them. Okay, so they get a seed mixed hamster and gerbil nutrition diet and some extrusion pellets. Next, I'm going to feed Chip, and he gets just extrusion pellets. He doesn't really eat the seed mix. Here's Yogi's food. It's a little bit of these pellet things with some seeds. And your food. My mom's filling up her hamster Snuggy's water with a bottled water, and also just got fed some extrusion pellets, but also I think he took off with some of them because I don't see him. I think he's back there. He's at the corner in the very back sleeping. Can you see his fluff? Alright, so next I'm going to be feeding my ball python Elliot. I do not feed him live, I feed him frozen, but still, if you don't want to watch that, I'll put a number up on the screen to skip to if you don't want to see my snake eating a dead mouse. I'm hoping he will eat. He gets fed every once a week, so it's that time to feed him, but the pet store we got him from said they don't know when he last ate, so he may be hungry or he may not, but I'm going to try. Now all I have to do is thaw it out and feed it to him. Alright, so here's Elliot. I put him in a separate box to feed him so he doesn't get cage aggression. You're not supposed to feed them inside their enclosure because they associate your hand being put in there with eating if you feed them inside their cage. Okay, so I do not have any tongs on me at the moment, so I don't want to get bitten. So I'm just going to put it in there like that. Look, it's food. I'm sure you're supposed to dangle it in front of their face. Hopefully he smells it and will eat it. Because I don't have tongs to do that with, and he could easily bite me. Not meaning to, of course, he's just hungry. Do you smell it? It's right in front of you. I tried dangling it in front of him multiple times. He just turned his nose up at it, so I can't try and refeed him a different day since it's already been thawed, so I'm gonna have to get him a different one another day and see if he's hungry then. Now I just threw a few crickets in with my tarantula. Here's another one. There's some over here. And she should be hungry, but I'll come back and check on her later to see if she's eaten. So next I'm going to be feeding my leopard gecko Kenta, and she eats outside of her enclosure and she eats worms, so if you don't want to see that you can skip. So I just have some tweezers here, kind of wiggle it in front of her. They are live, but I just hold it like this so they don't get away, because they do wiggle pretty fast. I don't know what to call it. Hey, hun, get back. Okay, here's another one. There you go. She eats quite a lot, and she's probably due for another shed, so I'm gonna make sure she gets her fill because she won't want to eat a while after that. And these are dusted with calcium, so there's calcium going everywhere, but you want it? You want it? Yeah, like I said, she's going to be shedding really soon. Her colors are kind of dull, so I'm going to go ahead and put her up. Where are you going, sweetheart? Okay, so she has another little hide over here, but I'm going to put her back in her enclosure, and I'm also going to spray the sides of the tank to keep the humidity up. She has temperature right here and another temperature gauge over here on the side of her tank that measures her heat pad underneath her tank. Now I just put her tank back on her little shelf. She lives right under Elliot. And plug her heat mat back in. This is Elliot's heat mat, and we keep the two reptiles over here on their little shelves, especially Elliot, so he's kept away from the rodents, like our hamsters and stuff. Okay, now I'm feeding my toads. I have a male and a female. The female's right here and the male's right there. As you can see, my male's a little bit larger, so my male's Alex and my female's Audrey, and they also get calcium dusted mealworms, live ones. So I'm gonna give Alex one. Maybe Audrey will take it. Okay, Audrey took it. She actually eats a lot more than him, surprisingly, so. Okay, Alex, did you want yours? Hey, buddy. Oh, I thought you were gonna take it, but it fell down there. Alex is a wild eater. He always tries to steal it from Audrey, and so I had to move him over here. He was like crowding her out while she was trying to eat, so let's give Audrey another one now that she's finished eating hers. Good girl. Okay, I feed them as much as they will eat. They won't like overfeed, like they'll eat as much until they're full, so I'm just gonna keep. Did you get it? I think he got it. No. Here you go, Audrey. You want another one? She's over in the corner. It's really hard to get her eating on tape. I might move her. Oh, no, she sees it. Hey. It's out of focus. Okay. You want it? Oh, you got it. And there's calcium everywhere in here, but we'll clean it out. And Alex, when he pounces to try to get the worm, it's like, he's not very good at it. He just like opens his mouth and expects me to like put it in his mouth or something. He doesn't really attack the worm like Audrey does. He kind of just wants you to like feed it to him, like literally. I tried to give this worm to Alex. He seems full, so I'm gonna give it to Audrey. I guarantee she'll eat it. Audrey, worm. Oh, you missed. Look, it's in front of you. Are you both full now? I figured you'd eat, Audrey. I guess they're full. So, Cinnamon, he still has fresh filled water from last night. We normally give our animals water at night, so it's still fresh by the next morning, and just refill it if they happen to drink a lot. So, yeah, I have his food dish right here, and I'm going to put him some fresh seed mix in. Here's his seed mix. We put it in this bag. Here's his seeds. This is what he has to eat, and the seeds are actually good for him, being the type of bird that he is. Because cockatiels don't eat like the pelleted food that big birds do, so big bird. Cinnamon. It's really hard to stick your hand in his cage because he wants to attack you. So I'm just gonna try to put his food in here. I'm really scared. I tried to put his food in. He bit my finger really hard. I dropped the bowl and there's seeds everywhere. Owning a bird is fun. Okay, we got successfully his seeds in the bowl. That was a mess. Birds are just really cranky. Some days he's really sweet and some days he's just like this. Actually, most days he's like this. He's really cranky. Okay, so here's my red ear slider turtle, Sunny. He already ate and I couldn't get him to eat for the video, but I will show you what I feed him. He gets this baby turtle formula because he is a baby. And then he also gets these little shrimp, which he loves these shrimp. And then also some of this turtle bone, which has calcium in it. And that's what he gets. And then, of course, condition his water just like all the other reptiles with Reptisafe water conditioner. Okay, yeah, I changed my hairstyle. But I also realized I have 3 reptiles now, and my channel's called Face Furry Critters. So we're gonna make 2 things. Hashtag FurFam and hashtag Scale Squad. Let me know what you are in the comments because I'm both. You can be both too if you want. I love all animals. And the last pets that I have to feed are outdoor animals, which are my cats and my goats. So let's feed them. So they have like these grains, but they also get free range throughout the whole day and eat grass and also hay, particularly during the winter since they can't get let out to eat grass. They are out of their pen. Tucker, come here. Tucker. So Grace is just, yep, enjoying the food. They just ran out of their pen and realized I had food, so now I'm just holding it for them. Okay, Grace, now I'm gonna go put it in their trough now that Grace is done attacking me for food. Tucker's pretty aggressive, yeah. And you dump it in and hope that they don't kill you, and then run. Tucker is very aggressive, but our female Grace is very sweet. He has been weathered, but he still acts like a male goat. Wait, he is a male goat, he's just been weathered. That didn't make sense. So now I'm just in the cat pen and I'm getting ready to feed the cats. And if you don't know, we just have this whole house for them. And a very, very large enclosed pen, like gate, cat-proof area. So they stay safe since we're out in the country and there's many predators such as coyotes that can harm them. And so they have tons and tons of space out here. Honestly, probably more than our house. We live in a tiny house, so yeah. Don't ask me how we fit like 25 pets in a tiny house. I just really love animals. My parents know my dreams of becoming a vet tech, and somehow we just make room because they're family and you make room for family. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. Yes, I did just make a Lilo and Stitch reference. And here's their food. We have it like filled to the top because we have like 5 cats. And I just set it down over here by their water. And I would like to get them on a raw diet, including our dogs. But for now they just eat kibble, and I would definitely like to try really hard to get them on raw. Just because it's healthier. If you didn't check out my video about the dangers in pet products, then you should check that out and you'd know why I don't particularly like feeding my animals kibble and why I want to start on raw. And that's it, guys. So yes, I do this every day. Yes, I pay for all my animals and pay to have them taken to the vet. I love my animals. They're my everything. I love them with all my heart, and animals are my #1 passion and joy in life, and I just couldn't live without them. So I did just want to say that this video is almost 20 minutes long, so I'm gonna end it here. Bye guys, love you.